All right, so somebody sent us this phrase.
And they want us to do a deep dive on it.
Okay.
The phrase is, the whole thing is an illusion.
Oh, wow.
That's a big one.
It's a big one, right?
Yeah.
So, like, when I first saw that, I was like, whoa, where do we even...
Begin with this. And I know, we talk about all sorts of interesting stuff, but this one feels, I don't know, like next level.
Yeah. No, it definitely has a philosophical, almost mystical kind of vibe to it, right?
Totally. It's like straight out of Philosophy 101, but in a good way.
So just to be clear, like, we're not here to tell anyone what to believe.
Absolutely not.
Right, we're just here to kind of like explore the different philosophical ideas.
Because this phrase might connect to.
Yeah, let's unpack it, right? See what's in there.
Exactly. Unpack it. Okay, so where we even start with the whole thing is an illusion.
Well, a good place to begin might be with this concept of Maya.
Maya.
Yeah, M-A-Y-A. It's a concept that shows up in different Eastern philosophies.
And it basically suggests that the reality we experience, what we see, hear, touch, all of that, it might not be the whole picture.
Okay, so it's not that it's not real, but there's more to it than meets the eye.
Exactly. It's like, think about, have you ever seen a really good magic show?
Oh, for sure. I love magic shows.
Right. So you see the magician, like, pull a rabbit out of a hat and you're amazed, right? But deep down, there's no actual magic going on. It's an illusion.
Right. It's all about tricking the senses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Maya is kind of similar, saying, what if our everyday reality is kind of like that magic show? We're so caught up in the illusion that we don't see how it's all put together.
Wow. Okay, I kind of see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
So it's not that our lives aren't real. It's just that we might be missing a deeper level of reality.
You got it. And this idea that our perception shapes reality, well, that leads us to another juicy philosophical concept. Idealism.
Idealism. Okay,
Yeah.
so not like having ideals, but more like...
Right, not quite the same thing. In philosophy, idealism is this idea that, our minds are actually playing a role in shaping the reality we experience.
Okay, I think I'm going to need an example for that one.
Sure. So think about this. You and I were having this conversation. We're perceiving the world in a certain way, right?
Right.
But now imagine, like, a dog listening in. A dog experiences the world totally differently, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're living in a world of smells, mostly.
Exactly. So idealism would say it's not just that we perceive the world differently. It's that our unique senses, our individual minds, they actually contribute to creating those different realities.
Whoa, okay, so hold on. Let me get this straight. It's not just a magic trick. It's like our brains are literally building our own versions of reality based on what we can perceive.
You're getting it. And that can be a mind-blowing realization because then it makes you wonder.
If everyone's reality is a bit different, how can we ever know what's actually truly real?
Exactly. And that, my friend, brings us to the door of skepticism.
Skepticism. Okay, I've heard of that one. It's like being doubtful of everything, right?
That's a common misconception.
Yeah.
Skepticism isn't about being cynical or just dismissing everything. It's more about, questioning everything. Even things we take for granted, even common sense.
Okay, so it's less about having all the answers and more about always asking questions.
Exactly. It's about thinking critically, about not just accepting things at face value, especially when it comes to big questions about reality and truth.
It reminds me of that saying, don't believe everything you think.
Uh-huh. Yes. Perfect example.
Because sometimes our own brains can trick us too.
Absolutely. Now, are you ready to get a little more abstract?
Bring it on. I feel like we're going deep down the rabbit hole with this one.
All right. Let's talk about non-dualism.
Non-dualism. Okay, that one sounds kind of intimidating.
I know, it's a mouthful.
Yeah.
But stick with me. Imagine, for a second, a coin. It's got two sides, right? Heads and tails. They seem totally separate.
Right, you can't have both at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. They're both part of the same single coin. You can't have one without the other. Non-dualism suggests that maybe, just maybe, me and the world, the observer and the observed, are kind of like that too. Fundamentally interconnected in a way that we don't always see.
Whoa, okay, my brain's definitely doing some gymnastics to wrap itself around that one.
It takes some time.
Yeah.
It's a very different way of thinking about ourselves and our place in the universe.
Because we experience ourselves as separate individual beings, right? But what if that's like the ultimate illusion?
That's the heart of non-dualism. And it's not just some abstract philosophy either. Many meditation practices, for example, are aimed at helping people connect to that experience of oneness, that interconnectedness with everything.
Okay, so we've got Maya, we've got idealism, skepticism, non-dualism, all these different ideas, and they all kind of circle back to this idea that what we perceive as reality might be, well, not the whole story.
It's amazing, isn't it, how these concepts, they're all distinct. They come from different philosophical traditions, but they're all interconnected in a way, all offering us different lenses through which to view this question of what is real.
And maybe that's the point, right? That there isn't one definitive answer to the whole thing is an illusion.
Maybe it's more about how asking the question, how grappling with these ideas can change our perspective.
So to everyone listening, we're throwing the ball in your court now. Which of these ideas, if any, resonates most deeply with you?
Yeah, what new questions does this spark in your own mind?
Because even if we can't definitively prove or disprove the statement, the whole thing is an illusion, simply asking the question, simply being open to these different possibilities, it can have a profound impact on how we see the world around us.
And how we see ourselves, too.
And that, my friend, is what makes for a truly mind-bending deep dive.